Hey, what's up, friends? Welcome back. And if you guys are brand new here, welcome to the show. My name's Anton, and this is the Anton Zachor Rock Show. And today we're going to be reviewing Within Temptation's brand new song, Don't Pray For Me. Now, to anyone who doesn't know who Within Temptation is, they are a Dutch symphonic metal band founded in 1996 by vocalist Sharon Den Adel and guitarist Robert Westerholt. And they are a phenomenal band. I think, like, if you love Evanescence, if you love Nightwish, this band is for you. Sharon has just such an absolutely incredible voice. But anyway, before we get into this one, as always, if you guys have any song requests for me, please leave them in the Discord. First link down below, and that's it. So let's get into Within Temptation. Don't Pray For Me.
Will all who wish to die please raise their hands?
Wow, they're really leaning into the symphonic elements.
Lost in the dark, I'm not blind to what I see. I know the river's wide and the water's deep. I feel the cold, my heart skips a beat. Don't need your resolution, so don't hold it sort over me. For my confessions, I don't need a church. I don't need a soul to know where it hurts. Don't pray for me.
Will all who wish to die please raise their hands?
I cannot breathe
Wow.
and every time you bow down,
Oh, I got chills. Wow.
don't pray for me.
All right, so far, man, I don't think we've done anything like this by Within Temptation. Like something like, I'm loving the symphonic elements, the choir vocals. It adds such a level of drama to this. And there's something about this chorus. It's very like, when we did Faster has this really, again, like, pace to it, right? This one, I don't know, actually, this is something I kind of feel like Within Temptation does a lot. Sharon and the band, they have this ability to write these massive hooks that kind of feel like they're, in some sense, almost going in like slow motion. Like Sharon's voice is so dramatic and powerful that it's almost like moving in slow motion. The emotion is like pulling it and freezing it in time. Do you guys know what I mean? It's this surreal thing. No other band I really notice has this ability, but it's like almost everything is just slower. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's just, I love this chorus. And I love how there's like two kind of parts to it. There's like the first part and the second part when the choir kind of comes in. Yeah, I love this. Is cool.
Don't pray for me.
Interesting video how everything is just kind of like going like this too, right?
I need a revolution. Never had a war in mind, and now the river's dry and the fall is deep. The truth is dark and it makes us bleed. In hell is where I stand. It's where I find my inner strength. For my confessions, I don't need a church. I don't need a soul to know where it hurts. Don't pray for me now.
What is that symbolism?
I cannot breathe for you.
Yeah, this, it just boom.
And every time you bow down,
Wow.
to pray.
Oh, it's so epic.
Don't pray for me.
cannot breathe through you. Yeah, this always gives me chills, man. Full moon cycles. Wow. Man, that song felt longer than 3.5 minutes. That song. Wow, man. I think I just mentioned this band came out in 1996, right? They've been crushing it for literally almost 30 years. No one in the band, like, this is what I love about like modern rock and metal bands is, I don't know, maybe because like they're not mainstream, they're not always chasing success in the same way that bands of the past were. Because like I felt like bands of like 20 years ago, I feel like they only a lot of the time had like 5 good records in them. You know what I mean? Like it would be like, you know, 10 years, 15 years, then they'd be out of their prime. Where bands nowadays, I find there's a certain level of like longevity, like more than most bands, like, you know, Disturbed, you know, still just crushing it after 22 years more. You know what I mean? Like it's just, for some reason, there's like this longevity that modern rock and metal bands have. And I think it might be because they're not in the mainstream. They're not chasing the oversimplification of things. They're actually trying to be more creative and do more cool things because they know that, you know, we're never going to be millionaires off this anyway, you know? Like, I just, yeah, because this song I felt was special. Just, yeah, that chorus, absolutely epic. And just, yeah, this band is just still firing on all cylinders, like all of these years later. Kind of blows me away. And Sharon's voice is still absolutely superb. You know what I mean? Like it's just still blowing me away. But let's jump into the vocals here for a second. So like I said, man, Sharon, incredible vocal performance. I love the bridge, how it actually had like the more opera side of Sharon, because obviously she's classically trained. Like most of these symphonic metal bands are the front women. But I really love the bridge, just building up that energy. But yeah, just in general, this song just had such a like larger than life feeling. You know what I mean? Like epic almost does it a disservice because it's more than epic. It's like transcendent. There's almost a transcendent feeling to this. And just the background, like the choir and the keyboards, I think everything in this song just did such a good job to elevate everything in it to a different level. Man, and songwriting I thought was, like I said, great. But let's jump into the lyrics here now, and let's see if she said anything about it first. No. All right. I'm not lost in the dark. I'm not blind to what I see. I know the river is wide and the water is deep. I feel the cold. My heart skips a beat. I don't need your absolution, so don't hold that sword over me. For my confessions, I don't need a church. I don't need salt to know where it hurts. Wow. What I get from that is like, especially like I said, you know, I don't need a church. I feel like a lot of, you know, religion, and pardon me to anyone who's religious. As you guys know, I'm very spiritual. I'm not a huge fan of organized religion. And I just think, because like I feel like in some sense humanity has corrupted spirituality, you know, with all of its dogmas and its churches and its organizations. They've, you know, yeah, just like I love that line. I don't need salt to know where. I don't need you to tell me how I'm supposed to feel. I don't need you to tell me, you to be on your high horse and tell me that I'm not as good as you. And I need to live your life. I need to do what you want me to do to absolve me of my sins, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of people, I feel like they prey on your confusion, your insecurity. A lot of people are just striving to be powerful and striving to be better than people, to fill that void in their own hearts. They prey upon that weakness in other people. And it's like, you know, it's happened to me before too. Like, you know, other people just, you know, they see that moment of uncertainty, and then that's like their opportunity to latch into you and try to control you a bit, try to, you know, maneuver you so you're like a surrogate version of themselves in some sense. Yeah, don't pray for me. No, I cannot. I love that line. I cannot breathe for you. You're trying over and over, denying what I feel. You're trying over and over, denying what I feel. And every time you bow down your head to pray, don't pray for me. Don't pray for me. Yeah, I think this is almost a codependency. You know what I mean? In relationships and in life, we're always, like I said, I feel like this is just an issue with like all people, you know, myself included, is like, you know, I think we all have a lot of like wounds and traumas, and we all feel insecure. We all don't feel like we're enough. And so we're always trying to control other people's lives and help people. But you know, sometimes it is help. But I think a lot of what our help is really disguised as is, you know, insecurity. And we're trying to feel, I think we're just trying to feel important. You know what I mean? We're trying to, if I can help somebody with their life, it makes me valuable. You know what I mean? In the global scheme of things, rather than just do your own inner work, your own shadow work, to actually just love yourself, instead of always needing to solve other people's problems so you can be loved by people. Oh, I needed a revolution. I never had a war in mind. And now the river runs dry and the fall is deep. The truth is dark and makes us bleed. And hell is where I stand. It's where I find my inner strength. For my confessions, I don't need a church. I don't need to also know where it hurts. Yeah, I think there is something strong about like going through hell and surviving. Because I think everybody's afraid of hell. You know, everybody's afraid of hell because it's spooky and no one knows what it is. When you're actually in hell, like, you realize, yeah, it sucks. But at the same time, you get it. You know what I mean? It's not going to kill you. It's terrible. It's hard. But if you just learn to just be with it, just sit with it, you just realize that it has no real control over you. If you can be with it, what control does it have over you? You know? Man, brilliant song, though. But what were your thoughts on this one? Let me know down below. What do you like more? The kind of early Within Temptation that was a very different style, or do you like the new stuff that has, yeah, kind of like that like modern production, and you know, really fits in nicely with just where music is going right now, the high production, the glossy finish, the slickness, you know what I mean? But yeah, what's your thoughts? Let me know down below. And lastly, I want to give a big shout out to all of my tier 3 patrons. So we got Laura, Melissa, Brianna, Amber, Britt, Daphne, David, Kelly, Ken, Russ, and Sharon. So shout out to all of you, and I'll see everybody again tomorrow. I love you.